Hi, I am Kendall Rawls with the Rawls Group, and I am here to welcome you to our discussion. Consider us your tribe of sorts, where we chat about all things related pretty much to anything. As your tribe, we provide 5 different perspectives from our unique view of the world. We are pioneers, trailblazers, go-getters, power professionals, marvelous moms, friends, dog lovers, and so much more. Our discussions span from leadership, business, relationships, and personal growth, and everything in between. Here we go.
Welcome back. I sure hope that you're coming back to the tribe. We're a wonderful group of professionals and experts in our own right. We all happen to be women who are training, coaching, and working in our respective fields of expertise. And my name is Brigitte Höfele, and I'm here with Jeannie and Cindy and Kendall. And often we have Amy with us, and she's traveling from Vegas. I mean, that's a good thing that we are back into travel and we get to actually go to conferences, go see our grandchildren on the other side of the country, hopefully go and travel. That would be me to Germany very soon to see my own daughter. And today we want to talk about time management versus time ownership. I have clients that come to me and hire me specifically because they see of how I manage my time. And I quickly jump in and I say, I personally don't see that I manage my time. I teach the mindset of time ownership, because when you manage something, you go into management mode and you kind of have to maneuver it around, which is part of planning, but it's external. When you own your own time and you are seeing it as the highest currency that we actually have, the whole energy starts to shift, become way more dialed in with the tasks that you're doing, and really asking yourself, is that something that needs to be done right now, or is that just busy work? So many people, when they have their first conversation with me, say, Brigitte, oh my goodness, you're so busy. No, I'm not busy. Busy work is living on your emails, checking social media, doing, I'm going to call them mundane tasks that it can easily be delegated to someone else. And they don't even have to be living or working in the same environment that you're in. So you can literally hire someone on the other side of the world if that's what you want to do for those mundane tasks. So really, I want to start off this conversation today, time management versus time ownership. And I want to go deeper later on into the 4 quadrants that Stephen Covey teach on time. Well, he calls it time management, but on time ownership. How do you guys feel about this topic?
I love this topic. 2 things, and I'm all about stories. Yes.
Yes.
I have a story for that. And the reason why I have stories, they're all real life stories. And 2 things. I had a conversation with somebody regarding, what does your calendar look like? And the answer was, what do you mean? Are you a business owner? Or are you a hobbyist? Scheduling my time and owning my time is imperative to me as a business owner. And it's not about managing, it's about owning. And I love this topic because there is a huge difference. And when I own my time, so social media, I'm on social media twice a day for 15 minutes and it is on my calendar. I make phone calls 2 times a day for 30 minutes and it is on my calendar. And I own my time. I own my business because my time is extremely valuable. I have a 91-year-old father. I have a 1-year-old grandbaby, and I'm moving into a new house, and my time is valuable. I talked to this person about, build that foundation as a business owner. When are you going to be doing your training? When are you going to be making phone calls? When are you going to be doing this? When you own your time, you are shifting from hobbyist into business owner. And she did this and booked 2 amazing calls when she owned her business and she owned her time. And I loved that. It was awesome. Sent me pictures of her calendar and everything. It was awesome. So I love this topic. Can you tell?
I'm asking of the tribe, how does someone own their time who is anti-structure?
Yeah, that's a really good question. How does someone own their time when they're anti-structure? So let's look at it from a personality and a value point of view. That person might not appreciate structure, but that person might appreciate care of their own, or boundaries and care of their own time. So if you can shift, I'll give you an example. Like Jeannie, I love stories. Several years ago, I had a client who said, planning is just not my thing. Budgets, oh my gosh, I just want to go, bundle up and cry in a corner. I don't want to do any of that. And I said, well, what if you would call budgets and planning something else? And that shifted the whole conversation. So if you can look at the topic of planning out your day and not call it planning, but taking care of your time, it shifts the focus from the planning to you caring for your time, which ultimately means you caring for yourself. So it's a simple reframe from the value system of planning to the value system of caring. I don't know, Kendall, does that answer that question?
Yeah, that's so strong. And I hope helps those who are listening and or watching who relate to me of someone who really tries to be structured and will go through the process that Jeannie did, schedule my calendar, have lists, and then in like 3 or 4 days, I look at it and I'm like, stop yelling at me, Kendall.
Kendall, I love that. So just because it's on my calendar and it sets an alarm, when I have something that I believe, as we're talking about different things, that is more important than Facebook, more important than making phone calls, which nothing's more important than making phone calls and having conversations with people, because that's how you grow your business. Yes. However, I will move it on my calendar so that I am flexible. So I don't delete it because these tasks should be done. I'm flexible to go, okay, well, 10 isn't going to work because that's the only time that Cindy has, and we need to have this 30-minute conversation. So I'll move it to a different time. And for the woman that I was talking about owning her time, she is a fly by the seat of my pants. I can't do this. Oh my God, that is too structured, too so on and so forth. Once she did it, it actually gave her the freedom and flexibility to do other things. I was like, whoa, I didn't even see that one coming, right? So it's so awesome.
Yeah, the reframe. There's a lot of in the business that I work in with succession planning. Most time business owners are thinking, well, I don't want to talk about succession planning because they're an entrepreneur. They're in a building mode. They're in a entrepreneur, I want to have control mode. And so through listening to the feedback received from business owners and then the impact that we have, it's the reframe of, wait, this is all about putting you in control. If you care for your time, as you said, Brigitte, I'm going to try and not use the word plan because that also gives me anxiety, even though I work for a succession planning firm. If you care for your time and or you want to grow your business and take action and have flexibility, then creating strategies and looking forward will allow you to get anything that you want to have happen. Same thing, Jeannie. That's what just had that pop in my mind, that if you flip it to whatever value system or whatever revs your engine, if there's something you don't like and you reframe it to a way that revs your engine, it's like, oh, wow, now I have so much power and control and flexibility, and I can do whatever I want and achieve whatever I want.
Without guilt that you didn't do this and you didn't do that, and you should do this and you should do that. And that was what broke her wide open.
I love what Brigitte said about taking care of your time, because I'm with you, Kendall, as far as the planning and the structure. I'm like, I did that for so many years. I don't want to do that now. That's just like, and I recognize the importance of it at the same time. So there's this little war going on, right? Got to get it done. Schedule, plan, all of this, but taking care of your time. That was what I was doing the last couple of weeks, with my grandson, and being with him and being flexible and doing what needed to be done when it needed to be done, and recognizing that the other things that, yes, they're building up in the background, and I know I'm going to deal with them as soon as I get home. It makes it so worthwhile having that balance of both worlds. Oh, and Jeannie says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Mm-hmm. So very true.
Yeah. Which I grew up in an environment where I would say, I want to go to summer camp. And my dad would go, what's your plan? You got to have a plan. Almost anything that I would say that I wanted to do, it was ingrained in my brother, sister, and I, that you have to have a plan. And I get the plan in theory, and I do plan because I agree. Like, if there's a goal, how are you going to get there? It's the over structured where my brain is like, I just want to flow. I want to feel free. If it's structured on my calendar to have to write an article or have to do something that my brain and body isn't ready for, I don't want to do it. I want to do this other thing and float like a butterfly. But to what Jeannie said, it's the power of being able to move it and saying, okay, well, I'm more of an energy space. And in a previous, I can't remember if it was this episode, if you mentioned this, Brigitte, or in a previous episode where your daughter was she was getting some work done. She decided to go, she went to the movies, and it just completely threw her flow off. And so if there's something that you're flowing on and you're really being productive, and then the calendar says you have to do this, having the freedom and flexibility to say, let's check it back in an hour, or let's reschedule this for next morning.
We appreciate you listening in. Do you have something you would like to chat about with us, or maybe chime in on? Contact Amy, Brigitte, Jeannie, Cindy, or Kendall at the email addresses listed on the screen, or submit a topic you would like for us to discuss by emailing Kendall Rawls at kendall@rawlsgroup.com. We would love your feedback. Thank you to our 5 excellent coaches for sharing insight and perspectives and showing the power of vulnerability. Your Tribe is produced by the Rawls Group Business Succession Planners.